Now that we've talked about the types of exercise, we will discuss our cardiovascular system now. First, let's look at what the cardiovascular system is. It includes the heart, the lungs, and the blood vessels. The blood vessels include the arteries, which are rich in oxygen, and the veins, which are poor in oxygen. Blood is a transporting fluid, carrying oxygen and nutrients to all of the cells in our body. Oxygen is carried by iron in the red blood cells. It is bright red when it is oxygen-rich and dark red when it is poor in oxygen. The dark red blood is depicted as blue in this video. The heart is a big muscle that pumps blood through the blood vessels to all parts of our body. The heart has a left and a right side. The left side contains oxygenated blood, while the right side contains deoxygenated blood. Each side has two chambers. Each of the smaller chambers on top is called an atrium, and each of the larger chambers on the bottom is called a ventricle. Thus the four chambers of the heart are the right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, and the left ventricle. Blood returns to the body through the atria, while the ventricles pump blood out. Valves between the atria and ventricles force blood to move in one direction, with no backflow. The movement of blood from the heart to all parts of the body is called systemic circulation. The left ventricle pumps oxygenated blood through Will's arteries so that it travels to all of the cells in his body. These cells take up this oxygen to make energy. Deoxygenated blood then returns to the right atrium in the heart. This is where pulmonary circulation starts. The right atrium pumps deoxygenated blood into the right ventricle, which then pumps blood to the lungs. The blood picks up oxygen from the lungs and goes to the left atrium of the heart. The left atrium pumps the blood into the left ventricle, and systemic circulation begins again. All of our cells need oxygen to produce energy. When we breathe in, the gas in our lungs is exposed to tiny sacs called alveoli. Tiny blood vessels called capillaries wrap around these alveoli and allow blood to flow through. When Will inhales, he takes in the necessary oxygen from the air. When he exhales, he expels waste such as carbon dioxide. Blood is a transporting fluid, carrying oxygen and nutrients to all of the cells in our body. It contains many different types of cells. Red blood cells make up most of the blood, which is why it appears red. These cells carry oxygen. White blood cells are part of our immune system and protect us against infections. Platelets help form blood clots to prevent excessive bleeding. All of these cells are continuously produced in Will's bone marrow. Now let's review the cardiovascular system. Your heart is the central pump that keeps blood flowing in your body in one direction only. This is because valves prevent the backflow of blood throughout your body so that blood keeps moving in one direction. In systemic circulation, oxygenated blood is pumped from the left side of your heart through your arteries to the cells in your body. Then once your cells use up this oxygen, your blood flows back to the heart, through the veins, to the right side of your heart. This blood goes through pulmonary circulation, where it flows to the lungs, picking up oxygen, and goes back to the left side of the heart. And this starts the cycle again.